Hey guys, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angelisa, and on this channel we read, discuss, and obsess over books. And today I'm going to be sharing with you my April TBR. So last month I didn't do a TBR because honestly I was catching up on a lot of February reads, and it was also like Women's Month, so a lot of the books I ended up reading just ended up being like books that were recommended to me based off of Women's Month. Some of them I already own, some of them not. So you will hear about those in my next video where I'm going to do my February and March wrap up. But today I'm going to talk about 12 books that are on my April TBR, and I'm really excited. I have a goal to finish an entire monthly TBR, like set a TBR and finish every single book on that list. So I'm hoping that April is the month. So we are just going to jump right into it, first with some fantasy books. So the first two books I have here are actually going to be a tandem read. I'm going to be reading A Touch of Ruin and A Game of Retribution by Scarlett St. Clair. These are the second books in the Haites and Persephone and Haites saga series, and there is a tandem read that you can look up online for like how you should read them. But I did a tandem read of the first two and I loved it, and I've been wanting to get back to this. Like, it's been like 2 years since I read the first two, so I'm gonna read like a quick synopsis of them to remind myself, and then I'm gonna get back into these. And yeah, I'm really excited. I think it'll be really fun, and I had recently recommended it to my cousin and she wants to start, so if she catches up to me, we'll be reading it together. Next I have, this is the Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. This is kind of like a fantasy thriller. Honestly, I had read the synopsis and the entire concept of it seemed so cool. I also loved the illustrations in this book, like every chapter having the doors. I thought these were so pretty. So the synopsis for this one says, Cassie Andrews works in a New York City bookstore, shelving books, making coffee for customers, and living an unassuming, ordinary life. Until the day one of her favorite customers, a lonely yet charming old man, dies sitting at his usual table in the store. Cassie is devastated. She always loved his stories, and now she has nothing to remember him by. Nothing, that is, but the last book he was reading and one other he left for Cassie. But the other book, covered in faded, cracked leather, is no ordinary book. It is the Book of Doors. Inscribed with enigmatic words and mysterious drawings, it promises Cassie that any door is every door. She just needs to know how to open it. Soon, Cassie is approached by a gaunt stranger in a rumpled black suit. Drummond Fox is a Scottish librarian who keeps watch over a unique set of rare volumes. The tome in Cassie's possession is not the only book with great power, but it is the one most coveted by those who collect them. Now Cassie is being hunted by the few people who know about the special books. With just her roommate Izzy to confide in, she has to decide if she will help the mysterious and haunted Drummond protect the Book of Doors and the other books in his secret library's care from those who would do evil. Only Drummond knows where the library is, and only Cassie's book can get them there. But some are willing to kill to obtain those secrets, and a dark force in the form of a shadowy, sadistic woman is at the very top of that list. Like, the reviews on this were so good, and the fantastical element of it was just so interesting and intriguing to me, and I am a girly who loves a book about books, so I'm really excited for this. Next I have actually a start to a series that I'm really excited about. So this is the first book in the Crowns of Naisha. I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm going to have to look it up. This is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. So I've heard amazing things about this. I know that it has to do with like a vampire king. I've heard people kind of compare this to ACOTAR, Rhysand, that whole vibe. So if it's like that, I'm really excited. And I actually have like the original kind of like indie release versions. Like, this is not by any specific publisher. So yeah, I'm excited for this. I've been wanting to start it for a very long time, and my best friend read it and she loved it. So I'm hoping it'll be good, and I'm hoping this is the month that I do it. Next, moving on to romances. I know I've had this on my TBR for the last few months, but I am determined to read it this month. It's Daisy Haites by Jessa Hastings. So I really want to read, oh, here's the bookmark that I had made for it. I really want to read this book. Like, I'm been super excited about it for a very long time, and I just have heard so many things about Daisy that I really think that I would like this book, so I'm putting it on my April TBR, and hopefully, because I have the goal this month to like finish my full TBR, hopefully this will end up being complete as well. Next, we have another romance book. We have Powerless by Elsie Silver. I'm also very excited for this book. I've put romance, like this series, on pause for too long, and I'm gonna pick it back up again. This is a hockey romance, which I'm really excited about, but it also just like is within the Chestnut Springs kind of like series, so you hopefully will get cameos of all of them as well. All the book girlies in my book club love this book, and everyone that like I know that loves the same books as me and same romance books as me love this whole series. Like every single book on the series is a 5-star. So yeah, I had a pretty rough reading month in March in terms of quality. Like the quantity was great, I read a lot of books, but a lot of them I ended up DNFing or didn't like, so I'm hoping that this is gonna be like a redemption for me. Next, we have another romance. This is The Bodyguard by Katherine Center. I literally have no idea what this is about. I just know that this is one where she is the bodyguard instead of him, and just that alone, having a different dynamic like that, captured my interest. The cover is also so pretty. It's so like summer, spring, and I'm trying to like kind of get myself in that mood now because it is still very gray in Canada. And I also just like love the little cowboy boots on here. Like this is just so cute. Oh, there's also a blurb on here by Emily Henry, which I did not know, so this has to be good. Oh, this one also has a blurb by Emily Henry, but I know that this author is amazing. This is Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. This is the last book on her like backlist that I have to read before Say You'll Remember Me comes out this year, so I'm hoping to finish this, but then I'm not gonna have any more of her books to read, which is gonna make me really sad, and I'm just gonna have to look forward to every release. This is also the third book in the Friend Zone Happy Ever After playlist kind of like standalone series, so we might see some cameos of those characters. The next few books are all mystery thrillers. So first I have Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. This is also like my last book on her kind of like little list, Gone Girl Sharp Objects, that I have to read. I also got the audiobook up, so that's why I also put this on my TBR. So we'll see. I've heard that this one is like really dark, but also like not as good as the other two, so we'll see. I really think that it depends on like what your style is for thriller. So yeah, we'll see. I do have good hopes for it though, because I really liked the synopsis. Basically, I'll just read like the first sentence of the synopsis. It says, Libby Day was 7 when her mother and 2 sisters were murdered in the Satan sacrifice of Kanaki, Kansas. She survived and famously testified that her 15-year-old brother Ben was the killer. And then it goes to like 25 years later. So super intrigued by this. Probably gonna eat this up if I'm being honest. Next we have, I feel like my cat's got into this or something, or there's a sticker. Anyway, we're gonna ignore that. Next I have Rouge by Mona Awad. I've read Bunny by Mona Awad. Sorry, I'm just looking at I love this. I've read Bunny by Mona Awad and All's Well by Mona Awad. Both books were very interesting. I have no idea what Rouge is about, and honestly, I don't really want to. I like going into her books blind because they are just so interestingly written. So yeah, we're gonna go into this blind, and I might do a reading vlog for this just because, is that a jellyfish? I think that's a jellyfish. I just realized every time she releases a book, I'm just like, okay, I need to know, I need to see. So yeah, this one has something to do with like skincare and an estranged mother and her daughter, and it is a mystery. So all right, next we have, this is literally like a TBR veteran. I have had this for so long. This is The Club by Ellery Lloyd, and I was looking at my bookshelf of like stuff that I need to just like read because it's been on my TBR for so long, and this was here, so it's going on my TBR. This is about like a club of like celebrities who are members like from across the world, and there's a resort where they kind of all get invited to. So I have a feeling that this one will just be like really entertaining, really fun. It's also on Reese's book club, and I think I got this at Book Outlet, so we'll see. The last one I have here is also a TBR veteran. This is The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. I've had this one, like I think I thrifted this a very long time ago. Had it on my TBR forever. No idea what it's about, but it's very short. It's like less than 300 pages, and Rachel Hawkins also goes under the pen name Erin Sterling, which she wrote like The X-Hex, what are the other ones called? The Kiss Curse, etc. So I'm really excited about this. If her writing is anything like those books, I think I'll like it. We just have to see if like the mystery element and like the twists are enough for me. Okay, so those are like the main books on my TBR. I do have like two kind of like book club related books. So the first one for my book club at work, we are doing banned books. That's the theme. And we voted on books and ended up with The Glass Castle by Jeannette. So I'm pretty sure this is a memoir. It's a non-fiction, and basically I'll really quickly just read you the synopsis. So it says, The Glass Castle is a remarkable memoir of resilience and redemption and a revelatory look into a family at once deeply dysfunctional and uniquely vibrant. When sober, Jeanette's brilliant and charismatic father captured his children's imagination, teaching them physics, geology, and how to embrace life fearlessly. But when he drank, he was dishonest and destructive. Her mother was a free spirit who abhorred the idea of domesticity and didn't want the responsibility of raising a family. The Walls children learned to take care of themselves. They fed, clothed, and protected one another and eventually found their way to New York. Their parents followed them, choosing to be homeless even as their children prospered. The Glass Castle is truly astonishing, a memoir permeated by the intense love of a peculiar but loyal family. Honestly, it's a... how many pages is this? Again, another like under 300 pages. It's gonna be a very short read. I've heard that this is really, really good. Anytime I mention to somebody, they're like, oh my god, that memoir is really great. It's like one of the best. So I'm really excited for this one as well. The last one is not really a book club like book choice, but me and a bunch of girls in the book club decided to do a buddy read on Storycraft, and we're doing Belladonna. So I am like in the middle of it right now. I'm on like chapter 17 or something. So I'm on like 150 pages, but I'm probably not going to finish it before March is done for sure. So it's going to end up in my April kind of TBR or to read for April. So yeah, so far really liking it. It's like a gothic kind of mystery, romance, fantasy based in like the Victorian era. So I'm really enjoying it right now. One of the main characters is Death, like the Reaper, and he's so good. He is so good. He's so well written. Anyway, that is all the books that I plan to read for April. Hopefully I finish all of them. We'll see if I succeed and end up having to pick more books to read, or if I fail miserably, depending on the month that I have. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below what you're planning to read for April, and if you've read any of these books, what your thoughts were on them. And hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye.